Hey everyone, it's Andrew. I'm here with Charlie and welcome back to our channel on Everything Dog. Today we're going to be doing an unboxing and review of the AnyPet Dog Planet treat dispensing toy. You can get this on Amazon for $12.99. It comes in a yellow color as well as a teal color. So my plan for this video is what we'll do is do an unboxing of this. I'll show you the toy in general. We'll go over how to open it up, set it up for treat dispensing, and then we'll give it to Charlie and see how he likes it. Right now he's playing with his Jolly Pets tosser toy. If you look back at my recent video on our #1 or top 10 toys of all time, that is his #1 toy, and as you can tell, he absolutely loves this toy and he's been playing with it all day. But hopefully we can distract him and swap it out for the AnyPet toy or AnyPet Planet toy and see how he likes it. Okay, so here is the AnyPet Dog Planet treat dispensing toy. The box is not too complicated, just has one label and sticker on it on the edge here. Says general features, it says it's nylon. It has some instructions that say hold the transparent lid, turn it counterclockwise to unscrew, put in dog food, turn clockwise to screw the cover back into its original position. Has the dimensions, it says 6.5 centimeter, or I guess inches by 6.5 inches by 4 inches, and it weighs 0.38 pounds. Beyond that, there's nothing else on the box here, so we'll just kind of open this up and take a look at what's inside. And I'm just going to rip it apart because I didn't grab a scissor, unfortunately. So in the box here, you have the actual toy. There's nothing else. It comes in this Ziploc bag. And we'll just take it out of the bag and just take a look at it. So as I was saying earlier, so this is the Dog Planet toy. It comes in this teal color as well as a yellow color on Amazon. It's currently listed for $12.99. The idea of this is it's one of those treat puzzle toys. So the purpose of this is that you can put treats in here and then your dog can kind of mess with it to try to get the treats out. I'll say that when in preparation for this video, I did notice, I read the comments on this toy because I have not worked with or experienced it before. But the major complaint or comment that people had was that potentially these holes on the side are too small where you put in treats and the holes are just simply too small for things to fall out. I'll say that in first review of this, the edges here are plastic. It's a solid, it's not rubber. The edges here as well are plastic, so the whole thing is really just one piece of plastic. And then as the instructions said, you can turn this clockwise or counterclockwise to lift off the lid. The bottom part here does not lift or loosen at all, and it is a solid piece of plastic, like one piece of plastic. So it's an interesting concept as far as putting the dog toy together. The fact that it is not nylon, it is not rubber in any way. I'll question whether this is durable long term, especially for Charlie, when you put treats in a toy like this, he kind of obsesses over it and tries to get those treats out. So I suspect over time he'll either figure out how to bite this and turn it and open it, because it doesn't really lock here. It's just kind of, once you turn it, it sits in position. But if he bites and turns or something like that, this can easily open up. And then I'll say the other thing is, because it's plastic, this might break from him chewing or biting on it. And then I will agree that looking at this, at least on initial impressions, these holes are pretty small for this. So I don't know if food or treats will stay in here. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna just go grab a couple of the treats we have in our house, as well as his dog food, and kind of just throw them in here and see how effective they are for keeping the treats in here versus having them fall out. Because for a toy like this, you really do want something that is amenable to having the treats fall out with effort, or having the dog figure it out as far as a puzzle toy. If they're stuck in there or they can't fall out easily, the dog's just going to get frustrated and it's essentially teasing them. So let me go grab those treats and things and we'll just throw them inside, and we'll kind of look at this before I give it to Charlie. Okay, so I grabbed a bunch of different treats just to give you a general idea of what may or may not work with this toy. So these are Charlie Bear treats. These are our go-to training treat. I've been using these for years, both with Seeing Eye and Guiding Eyes dogs as far as those treat rewards. If you've never worked with these before or have never had these are very simple treats that each treat has 3 calories in it. So it's a great treat for when you're training your dog as far as commands and things like that, because it's very small like this, and you can give it to the dog and not have to worry about increased calories. Sorry, Charlie smelt it and he's right here underneath the camera, so I'll give it to him. Good boy. But they're very small, so what we'll do is just open up this, throw this inside here. We'll throw a couple just to see a general idea of whether they stay or fall out. We'll just kind of jostle this around. And as you can tell here, these Charlie Bear treats that are small like this, they do not fall through the cracks here. So if you look here, in no way can this Charlie Bear treat in its own right fall through this. So even that treat this small is not going to come through here. So it kind of meets the criticism that people had online that the treat or the holes in this toy might be too small. So that's one. These are a separate treat. These are the jerky bites we get from BarkBox or Super Chewer Box. You can check out those videos if you're interested. These are a similar small treat, but usually I can break them up, so I'll break them up like this. And that's how I usually reward them. And we'll take a look and see if those fall out on their own. So those might, so as you can tell here, this one might fall out on its own. Does require a little bit of pressure for the larger holes here, but for the smaller one, not so much. So again, that is kind of too small for it. Or I guess too big for the holes. And then these are Raptor scraps. These are from Super Chewer from the Jurassic Park theme box. I don't remember what these look like, but we'll just throw them in and kind of get an idea as well. And so these are like pieces of jerky. You can break them up like this. That's commonly what I do when I'm cutting his nails. And for this, because it breaks apart a little bit, there's going to be some crumbs and such. But again, they don't necessarily fall through easily. There's some crumbs that kind of like fall through, but that's about it. And then what we'll do is just kind of throw that in there. And then lastly, or second to last, I grabbed his dentist sticks. These are my go-to treat for every single time I leave him in the house or anything like that. I put this in the Jolly Pets treat, or any of his toys, the treat dispensing toys, because he loves going after these. These are convenient because they're small. These are the small dog versions compared to the large dog, and they fit easily in many different toys for treat dispensing. So you can either put them in like this and leave them like that, or you can break them apart. So for this, I'd probably break them apart just to get the idea of whether they fit through these holes. And as you can tell, again, these do not fit at all. So we'll pile that in there. And then lastly is his dog food. This is just, I think we use Purina Pro Plan or something. And this, I would think, is what you would typically use. And so as you can tell, again, similarly, his dog food does not fit through here. Or actually, I guess it does. But it does require some maneuvering. So we'll throw that in there. I'm just going to give this to him like this. I will say that if you're using dog food, be very careful with compensating or adjusting the intake for your dog when you feed them. So if you feed them like 2 cups a day and you're putting, say, half a cup in here, subtract that from their overall intake so that they don't become overweight. But easily we can throw all that stuff in there. That's what it looks like with it inside. I'm gonna give it to Charlie. We'll throw it on camera and just get a general sense of how he likes this toy and whether he engages with it and whether it's worth buying. Okay, so Charlie's still been playing with his Jolly Pets toy, so as you can tell, he gets very possessive of these toys, and this is his #1 toy. He absolutely loves this toy. Check out my recent video on this toy, but the Jolly Pets toy is a great treat dispensing toy, and we'll see what he thinks of the AnyPet toy. Yeah, it's a new toy. You want it? It's got a ton of treats. So even as you can tell, his dog food actually fell out there. So I'm just gonna leave him with this and we'll see what his thoughts are. knocked it underneath there. So he's figured out essentially that there's treats in there and that it's some sort of treat dispensing toy. But he's also learned that typically with these types of toys, he's learned that you can just throw them around and hopefully they will fall out or have the treat dispense on its own. Sorry about the shakiness and the camera angles. But that's the interesting thing, is that because it is not rubber or nylon, he's biting on the edge here thinking he can get into the toy. My concern is that he does chew very hard. He is an aggressive chewer, so he is prone to kind of breaking this apart. So it'll be very interesting to see how effective this is for treat dispensing, as well as how well it holds up from a durability standpoint, because he does usually have to have a toy that is reliable. So I'll kind of just leave this on for a little bit and just kind of see his thoughts over time. Charlie, you're just chewing it. Okay. There you go. Okay, so my gist is he's probably just going to chew this at this point. He might throw it around and such. He already is biting into the plastic edges, so I'll probably kind of see whether I can entice him to go after the treats a little bit more without destroying it. My general sense, though, as you can tell, is because it's made of plastic, because it is not rubber or nylon or something durable, I'm concerned it'll break over time. Plus, the plastic is a swallowing hazard for your dog if they are prone to swallow it. So be cautious with that. Fortunately, Charlie does spit out everything, so I don't really have to worry about that, but he's going to tear this toy up pretty easily. Additionally, because the treats are in there, he's not really, and they don't come out easily, it seems like he's more going after biting it and chewing it rather than like engaging with how to get the treats out. So it might not necessarily be the best option as far as treat dispensing toys. Definitely, if you're interested, let's see if he doesn't go after it while it's on camera. While I have it on camera, definitely check out the Jolly Pets toy. This is his #1 toy. We just did a recent video on this, but this is a great toy. It's like a rubber ball with a hole here that's treat dispensing, and because of the angle here, it's very hard to get the treats out. So this will stay in there for like days sometimes, and I'll just go after it. And he's held this on for literally hours on end, and there's no damage whatsoever. It does have a nice vanilla smell, so I'll put a link in the description below as well if you're interested in purchasing this, because it is actually cheaper than the AnyPet's Planet toy. So this is definitely a good option from our experience. But he's probably, you want that? You want your favorite toy? Yeah, I know, you always do. But we'll take this away just while we have it. So as you can tell, because it's plastic, he's already bitten off this edge here within the first matter of minutes. It is a sharp plastic here, and it is jagged edges. It is hollow here underneath. You can see plastic as well. And as you can tell, the treats for his dog food fall out the larger hole, but everything else stays inside. So this isn't the best option. I really wouldn't recommend it based on my personal experience. I'll give it to Charlie and we'll kind of see, but that's really it. So that's all I have for the AnyPet toy. I hope that was thorough and useful for those of you that are interested in purchasing this. If you have questions, comments, anything like that, please let me know. We'll see how this works out. I might do a follow-up video on it, but based on my overall experience, I don't think I would recommend it based on the initial impressions thus far.